Howdy how. Welcome to episode 3. Oh, it's a little bit dark in here today. That'll be fine. Suddenly turned very grim outside. So we're on episode 3 of this website from scratch thing. If you've missed episode 1 and 2, I'd probably recommend giving them at least a little scan. Where we finished off yesterday was we did a rough pass on this, what do you call it, mid-fidelity wireframe in Figma. I'm going to chuck out this portfolio view as well, and then it might be a bit of a shorter stream today, to be honest. I've got a bit on at the moment, but I thought I'd at least come on and do this. I might do a different stream tomorrow as well. Either I'll work on this or I might work on something else, which I'm not going to talk about too much, but could be fun. We'll see. Anyway, so where did we get with this? Oh yeah, that's right. This was a bit weird, wasn't it? We can move you. So I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit, try and get this auto layout stuff working. Because I managed to break them yesterday. There we go. Did we get auto layout going? Yeah, vertical, lovely. Because I want things to flow nicely when I come to actually apply look and feel. If you missed yesterday, essentially what the process I'm doing here now is I'm doing this sort of mid-fidelity wireframe to convert like these rough sketches that we did in previous episodes. You can see the evolution as well going there, like when I'm getting these rough ideas out of my head, it starts evolving a little bit when you get into this world. This is looking a bit dodge off the grid system, but there you go. Not digging this either anymore. But this is why we do this process. It's just like a constant, so it's a constant process. Brendan Dawes is just great. I've got it put it on my wall there. A great image of process. Do you know what? Let's just have a look at it now. Brendan Dawes process. Let's see. Here it is. So I've got this on my wall. And it starts off with like a horrible rough, and it eventually gets more and more neater and more refined, and that's a really good sort of analogy of like everything, literally everything. You can say that, and that's just getting into this game. What you see when you look at like a dribble shot, what you don't see is the sort of process that got the designer to that point. And I'm hoping this sort of streams help with that a little bit, because that's what I'm doing here essentially. It's just sort of messing around, getting into this stuff and playing with it. So let's offset that into there, and what we'll do is we'll keep a grid going like that. Oh, it looks better, doesn't it? Lovely. Love that. I'm a consultant designer or whatever, mate. That's not going to probably stay there in the real version, but I'm not too fussed. I'm not a huge believer in the content thing. I think content's important, and knowing what content you're going to put on a design is really important, but having final content before you start laying it out, I think it's a bit bollocks, to be honest. I think that is when you start playing with the layout and stuff, that can really sort of inspire, etc. Okay, so let's got our burger and all. I'm just going to put a label on this burger while we're here as well. Menu, plop. Let's just group it with you. Burger menu. And then what I'll do is, what have I done here? Let's get an auto layout going there. for about a go's worth there. Lovely. Push that out to the right, and then I really hope it doesn't start doing that again. Otherwise, I'm going back on the sketch. Hey, Henry, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Apologies, your streams are like proper pro and everything, and mine are absolutely shit. So, if you don't follow Henry, you should do on like every single platform there is going. He is what the cool kids say. I think like Henry, I think he's one of the cool kids. The GOAT, the GOAT, greatest of all time. He's a proper designer. I'm just fucking chancer. Here we go. Right, so okay, made a big meal out of that. Let's transform that to a shouty menu as well. Okay. And the more I think about this, like I am really into Inter at the moment. Inter is a great font. Let's just get it back open again. Inter font. And I'm actually just rolling it out onto a client site at the moment, and the variable font is just outrageously good. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this. So I absolutely love that. Full weight, full slant, 900 weight, full slant is just it's lovely. Love it. And I think it's just like monochrome. It's going to be monochrome design. There's going to be no color apart from like maybe the portfolio pieces will provide some color. Tempted to do that only on hover though and go full black and white. Having a nice fat typeface like this would work good. Like so. I mean, just look at that. Ridiculous font. So yeah, I'm probably gonna use that. And then obviously Georgia for the body copy, because like that is what I do, and that'll never change. I don't think Georgia is by far the best font. Look at it, it's lovely. Anyway, so we're still messing around with wireframe, so we're not going to worry about that right now. Let's just let's get rid of that layout and just have a quick look, see how it's flowing. I'm glad I've decided to keep this. I mean, the spacing's a complete garbage set at the moment, but we'll do a new portfolio. Yeah, well, so essentially what this is I'm just showing people like the process of building a site from scratch, literally from scratch. Hey Juan, how you doing? So I started off in the iPad, sketching and stuff, and now I'm moving into sort of the process. So I'm going to do some static comps, and then which I don't tend to do much static comp stuff, but I know a lot of people do. And then I'm going to fire up Vim and start plowing out some HTML CSS 11 I imagine. This current site's in 11, and then see you later. Push it live on the internet and not touch it again for another year. Probs. Anyway, so we've got that. Let's just get this burger done. And all I'm going to do for that is you got this main layout, okay, and that's doing the autoflow. What I'm literally going to do is draw a big ol', ooh, let's just, pretty sure Figma, when I close that group, what I meant was don't do that, but there you go. As you can see, me and Figma have an interesting relationship with each other. Let me just remind myself what I was putting on this burger. I'm not camera streaming my iPad today. Right, okay. Burger menu. There we go. All right, yeah. Yep. So the first thing I'll do is get that layout back out again. Let's just hide that. Nick that from my site head. Let's turn that to a component. Oh no, what did I just do? Yeah, where did I know it then? Oh, it's already in a component. I don't know what. Hey everyone! Hey, wow, everyone's in today. It's this lovely little chat, innit? Happy days, right? This drives me mad. So, nope. Right, now you're a component. Oh, do you know what? This is why I like doing things in CSS, folks, because you just, these tools, man, these design tools, just the worst. That's right. Just paste it, close you again, paste it. Let's just stick it in there. Right, anyway, so interface is going to be completely different anyway. Close. Studio Classic and you over there. Oh, look at that. Is this going to just do it all automatically all by itself? Probably not. Did an alright job of it. Fair play. Okay, so got closing there. Whole squad is in here, isn't it? Dream squad. Right, let's see. Get this back open. So what I wanted to do in this menu was just a proper pretentious menu. I'd never do this for a client. Like the second the concept of burger menu came out of somewhere, I'd be drilling that one out straight away. No, but because they're not the best. Let's be honest. They're pretty lazy. What happens with burger menus? My experience is that, especially like vertical ones, is you give the client like endless room to put navigation. So therefore, the content strategy just goes out the window, and they'll just pile navigation. Same as if you put a carousel on the homepage. You might start with 3 slides on launch, but within 18 months, it's going to have about 83 slides because all 83 stakeholders want one of their banners on the homepage. So it's not a healthy pattern. But you know what? It's my site. I'll do what I want. So projects course is blog. Okay. Blog, sorry, yeah. Projects, courses. So let's just make a little. What are you doing over there, pal? Why do you insist on going in here? Do you know what? I'm gonna lock you up. I didn't have much faith today in this program, if I'm honest, because it was like slow as hell. It booted me out from being logged in, and I just thought today is going to be the day where me and Figma have a public argument with each other on the internet. So when you when you come into the stream next time, I'll just slammed it in the bin and be in an empty text editor, ready to do some proper design. Okay, so I'm gonna do some massive. I know I've got Roboto everywhere, but I'm just gonna get straight into now because fuck it. And then do what I want to do here. I'm just gonna get some big old type. Oi oi oi, love it. Okay, and then we'll just stick it. No, one thing that's handy about Figma is you can normally just grab from somewhere else. It's pretty poor, isn't it? I wonder what I'll just do right. What is it gonna do? Do anything? Be quicker to draw my own at this point. Just blop you in there. It's running so slow. Get rid of you. See ya. And probably line that on the baseline when it comes to it. We'll see. Keep saying like when it comes to drag them. I just saw that in here. I've dragged them so many times already on the World Wide Web. I think I upset one of their product people once with my like relentless moaning about the pretentious autosave thing it used to do, which it thankfully doesn't do anymore. Or where like, I instinctively do Command S all the time because I learned my stuff in the cracked Adobe Creative Suite or even pre-Creative Suite world. So like you just could not trust that your software wasn't going to crap its pants at any given moment. But what I used to do is like every time you did Command S, some little toast pop up will come up here saying Figma auto saves your work with some like emoji. And it literally, I was doing this huge design project at the start of this year, and it literally nearly broke me. Like there was a point where I was so deep in that project, and like artboards coming out of my ears, and every time I did Command S several hundred times a day, it'd do that pretentious little pop up. I just moaned about it non-stop, which is pretty standard for me, I suppose, isn't it? Right. Anyway, auto layout again. Why not? Don't know where you got that from, pal. Right, okay. There we go. And then we'll do. Just do like a one rem job. Okay, and then we'll duplicate this a few times. 69. Nice. Projects. And we'll do like blog. Probably have to do courses, yeah. Absolute scenes here. Look at the state of that alignment. Even that wireframe, and I just can't let that pass. Nope, no. What are you doing? There we go. Now we're cooking. And do you know what? I am gonna just allow myself to add another one here. Oops, what view in here? There we go. And then secret thing like that. So I've got a bit of room to work with, and this thing's going to work nice on mobile. And then if you remember from the sort of sketching things, what I was going to play with the idea of like having a sort of rule, and then some sort of featured content business on this side. Like videos or links to like Piccalilli stuff and stuff like that. Essentially, for some reason ends up on this site and not Piccalilli. I sort of want them to go over there because that's where it's at. This is not where it's at, really. So we'll just do like burger menu. It's not really a burger menu anymore, is it? Oops, I've already got that frame. You gonna let me get this back out? Yeah. Items. Oh my grief. Ew. My bad. Burger menu. Button. Burger menu. All right. Sweet. You plop over here. Looking cool. And maybe just like put like a heading of some sort. What are you doing? Come on now. That's not what I wanted you to do, is it, Figma? Just gonna keep going. I see. It's because I put it in the component. All right, so, and then you'd probably have something like that. Stuff I wanted to see. Where's this tile guess? Is it me? See. Don't think so. There we go. All right. Totally gone off grid at this point. That line's sort of screwing things up. But you know, it's there, it's doing its thing. And then essentially what I'm going to do is probably just have some sort of like card system on the go. Yeah, that'd fit nice actually. So let's group that card and just turn it straight into a component. I'm just going to ignore that naming. Oh yeah, there we go. And then let's just fill it. You just gone now, have you? What stack do you use? What do you mean? What stack do I use? As in this is Figma. Oh, you're on about the technology that's going to power the site. What in God's name? Ah, I see. Yeah. Word. There you go. Just, and then you'd probably do like, I don't know, do another one in here. Plop you in like that. That's like a darker one maybe, and then you drop a little label in here. So, right, yeah. So current site is 11T. Well, it's based on Helia theme. What I'm probably going to do is stick with that. I am tempted to use Zach's new view thing that he's made for 11T. It's pretty cool, but we'll see. I'll probably just stick what I've got though, and Nunjucks, happy days. I can focus on the important programming of HTML and CSS then instead. And then yeah, a link to some stuff. Make that like a nice off white, a bit big. Okay, you know, and I'll probably just link that to like the 11T course or whatever. Other bits and pieces that I do on that site. Just want people to get on there. Like, you know, it's nice having a personal site, but I also want that personal site to be a little signpost of sorts. All right, cool. Just getting there, and then that card, you can just duplicate it. Yeah, I sound like one of these. What do we call Antifa? Yeah, I'm part of a terrorist organisation, according to President Shart. Right, so I mentioned this in previous streams. I'm getting very itchy to start doing proper stuff in web tech at this point. I don't want to like sort of wireframing stuff out. Don't imagine I'm going to spend much time doing look and feel on this project. I don't think I've got the patience for it because it's just me. I know I don't have stakeholders to please at this point. And I know I just can't do proper design until I'm doing things properly with CSS, especially like typesetting and stuff like that. I find that really difficult to do, you know, essentially drawing pictures of websites at this point, and I ain't digging that for too long. I ain't got the patience for it. So let's stick you in there. All right, and then we can sort of toggle out. And I guess what you can do then is duplicate that. Hamburger open. Just get a prototype mode. Unlock that. When you click on that, go to that one. Just do an instant one. I don't think I can cope with their thingy. And then in the burger open one, open it up, and then when you click on that one, go back. Nice just to see how it looks in full at this point as well. Cheers for covering half of the prototype up with your menu. Nice one. It's looking alright, isn't it? There you go. Projects podcast is secreting. And close. One thing I want to try, I saw I can't remember who it was. Really cool. They noticed on Twitter UI that when you got like a narrow screen, the space in between elements like this sort of drops, and I think that's pretty cool thing to explore on this site. Nice low risk context for that. Okay. So should we quickly just check this together, what we're looking at? R4. I try and keep these pretty short, these episodes, mainly for my own concentration, and also if people are watching them, like they don't want to have to watch a 4-hour video of me moaning about Figma, do they? Okay, so if you were on yesterday's stream, or if you were on yesterday's stream, sorry, but essentially what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have so I had sections. This is going to be a one-off page. I'll be putting it straight in with HTML or like nunjucks in the actual thing. And essentially, it's like each section. It says like leads in with like I'm a designer, a couple of like design bits. I'm an educator, pick a little logo, blah blah blah, course stuff, whatever. I'm a writer, and it was like link out to my author page on like a couple of cool publications. Then I'm a speaker, classic shot of me looking like I know what I'm talking about at a conference. Maybe link out some selected talks. I make stuff, just like link to side projects and stuff, and then I've worked with cool people, classic client logo reel, cred piece, and then finally it's that same call to action here. Because even though I'm trying to do less client stuff moving forward, it is going to be useful to do it as well every now and then. If anything, it keeps me sharp. And what I want to do next year is just do small projects for clients, like one-off sites, and then keeps my skills sharp. And then these things almost always inspire me to come up with some sort of tutorial as well. So like a problem that I've solved on a client site, I can distill it down into a tutorial and then do it. Classic example was the last one I did on Piccadilly. It's like a media browser that was born out of a client situation. Like this old, where is it? This one. See a complete demo. Keeps your aspect ratio, everyone's happy, works a treat. Some sick Thrasher videos. Right, so let's link out. So just duplicate this board, because we've got stuff on there that we want to keep. And then we're in design mode here. You off, keep that on. Get rid of you. Alright, auto layout's working nice here for us. Is it going to work nice ongoing? Let's find out. Oh, it is. Okay, I'm just drawing these rectangles for like, what are you doing? All right, have it your way. And I'll probably just make that white, I suppose. nick that. We like pulling off the grid here, don't we? So we'll gutter in one, just like doing there. Nah. You and you group. Design stuff. What are you playing at? You like jazz? Could I get a shout out? Nah. Right, so why are you not working then? Just out of interest. Why is it? What are you doing? What are you doing? I had this problem yesterday, didn't I? I ended up just like breaking off the auto layout and you know what, I'm just gonna hide that. It's because the site head's in there as well, that's why I wanted to keep it. Just gonna draw each of these panels out and then blop them in. No patience for this software anymore. Alright, you. I'm a designer. Oh, that solves problems maybe 20% of the time. You're lucky there, Henry. That's it's alright. It's incredible. It's not. It's just a horrible elf that comes on and ruins your design. Yes, I agree. It's. I imagine it's really useful for like big projects where you're doing lots of designy stuff in this, you know, static stuff. But do you know what? I just literally don't have the patience for it. See, now you'd have a picture here and probably have some client stuff go halfway. Let's just go rogue with it, and then you duplicate that, and then you'd align that in with the other one, so you get that nice layout. Dead easy to do with Flexbox or Grid or whatever. And then you start just stealing things from other parts of the site now, like this. And then we plop you there. Good old Georgia, look at you. Beautiful. There is no better font than Georgia in italic. Look at it. Just look at it. It's a masterpiece. Such a beautiful font, and you get it for free. Okay, so then we've got that, and then we'll keep that left aligned here as well, because right to left would read pretty shit. And then, you know, I'm a designer. Look, I'll make some all right looking things. Happy days. Pop you there. Stick you in a group. Designer. Is it going to work? Oh, it did. Good grief. I need to put it down. There you go. I'm a designer. Right. I'm an educator. So let's just. I wish there's a way you could just collapse everything with like one keystroke. If anyone's got that keyboard shortcut in the back pocket, let me know. Oh, I've totally messed up my name, haven't I? There you go. Portfolio. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that on this one. To do basically just to collapse everything in the sidebar. It's supposed to be smashing conf right now. Oops. Some good talks on that today. Oh look, I've totally ruined my layout. with this as well. Ah, it's locked in it. Ah, there you go. Sweet. Select everything, command click there on the left of the layer. There you go. Clip that, someone. That's a handy little trick. That's a proper handy trick. Nice one, Henry. Designer. I wonder if it's just going to let me now operate like a reasonable person. So then, I'm an educator. No, mate, I don't think so. There you go. And then we'll just. We know this is going to be the Piccadilly logo, don't we? So, just whatever. Whoop. Come on. Just going to give me a circle. Just going to be. Would help if I actually made it a circle. And then. Some sort of paragraph here. Don't think so. It's just mad, innit? You get out of there. I imagine there's some very smart people who've worked on this, but have they ever done anything other than some lorem ipsum in it? Right, I'm an educator, and then you just go, Piccadilly, whatever, and then get that button in there. Where have you gone? Of course, you've gone down there. What are you even doing now? Right. Pro tip, Figma. When I do that, I want you to place it in that same. Jesus wept. Is it at least selected? There we go. There we go. Should use sketch files. Okay. Group it all together. Content. Now what you'd use for laying this out is the sidebar on every layout. Essentially what I'd let you do is you set like a basis here, right? So you got you know that your logo is going to be X by X wide, right? And then you use flex basis to then tell the rest of the content to grow as much as it can with whatever space it wants. And then as the viewport shrinks, there'll be a point where it's not reasonable for these two to sit side by side of each other, and you can set that by even just setting a minimum width on this, and then it'll stack nicely on top of each other. It's just and then that's just got no media queries on it. Handy little layout. And then what did we say we were going to do for Piccadilly? It was just some some blocks. You know. Probably not going to check it out. Check it out, mate. And then Jesus word here. It's not going to plan, Chris. We're not having fun today on this stream. Andy's getting increasingly frustrated with Figma stream. Yeah, like grid. So, like confession time as well. Like I'm not very good at CSS grid. I find like grid's fine. And if you've done the 11 course, we did do some pretty bonkers stuff with grid. But like I mean, this is. I think Hayden and I are pretty much the same on this. Like, we immediately, whenever we come to do any sort of layout, we're straight into Flexbox. We don't even think about it. It's just Flex straight in any prototype throw around. It's just Flexbox. And I guess that's just like the approach that we take to be super flexible. But if I need to do some real tidy layout, I probably would flex some grid out there. Yeah, made a pixel art Mario using CSS Grid. Ugh. Put a link in the chat, Chris. Don't be teasing us with cool links like that and then not sharing it. Get it in there. Let's all have a look. All right, so I love seeing cool stuff. I run this newsletter, you know. Right, so I have no idea what's going on now. This has just turned into absolute carnage. It's getting to the point where I've had enough. Yeah. Most micro tasks use a railgun to do some household soldering. I like that analogy. I only use sledgehammer to crack an egg. Like using React to build a blog is like taking a sledgehammer to crack an egg. Would be that in context. Courses, center align that. I don't know, like 40 or something. Okay. Absolute rubbish. On iOS it's borked. That's because Safari is a bit ropey on iOS, isn't it? Just look at the state of this like layers panel. It's having an absolute mare. Card thing. It's the new IE. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you said that, Henry, because I don't 100% agree with that. But the Apple are 100% holding progressive web apps back. Progressive web apps are totally like social, it's like web socialism apps, where you know it would make the web so much more accessible to so many more people, to give the power of applications to them as well. But of course, Apple need that revenue, and they're just not playing. You know, forcing everyone to use Safari on iOS, regardless of whether they're using Chrome, Firefox, or whatever, it's just piss poor. Yeah. Apparently, Safari are doing FlexCap soon. Oh, that is cool. Do you know what I do on that? What I do for using Gap is I'll add like a micro margin on every element. So like even some that's tiny, like sort of 4 pixels or whatever, and then space with Gap minus that micro margin. And then if there is no Gap support, everything is not bunched together, but it doesn't look like total rubbish. And it means you don't have to do that negative margin hack. Which we still do. In fact, we need to update that on every layout. We need to be using Gap for everything now. So courses, what else did I say I do? Cube CSS. Workshops. Can't think. No, Gap doesn't override margin. That's why you account for it with your with it. You know, where can I? There we go. Gap will prevent margin collapse though. Sorry, Flexbox prevents margin collapse, so just be wary of that. I think that's why the lads keep inventing all these sort of spacing mechanisms with JavaScript, because they didn't get that memo. Okay. What are you doing out of there? If I just drop this in here, is this gonna... Oh, it's gonna work. Okay. Just absolute rubbish. I'm a designer, I'm an educator. Okay, so it's getting there, isn't it? The lads. Shout outs, but yeah. Really, I'm talking about Cuba there at mine the other day on YouTube. No, I did not see that, Henry. My God, I've just got like this humongous wave of imposter syndrome, even thinking about that possibility of them two talking about CSS that I've written or talked about. I don't think I could actually handle that, to be honest. I think I might have a panic attack if I started watching that. Especially with Miri, like if you don't follow Miri on Twitter, there's something wrong with you. Like their knowledge of CSS is redonkulous, to say the least. All right, let's plug on. We're running out of time, but I think it's pretty obvious what I'm doing here, innit? I'm just making panels of stuff. So if we run out of time, we run out of time. Okay. Educator. Prominent methodologies. It's not. Fuck. Sorry. Pardon my French, everyone, but good grief. It is. That's. I certainly don't see it as a prominent methodology. Personally, the reason I even wrote about Cube CSS was it was because I was doing the Eleventy course and it featured incredibly heavily on the course. You know, like when we did the front end, it was basically like, this is how we're building things. So I thought, well, I best talk about it, about what it is, how it works. I'm just going to make that red for a minute. And yeah, it just sort of blew up. I wrote a really quick blog post on this particular site, and it's just like absolutely exploded. I mean, it's cool, you know, like CSS is good, and I like to see it get talked about as much as possible. I'm a writer. Yeah, and then again, I'm just gonna use these card things again. And then blob them in. There's no, yeah, and there's on that point there, Chris. Like, there's nothing to trash about other approaches as well. Like, I think the thing that I like make a point of saying in that is like, if you're writing CSS and it's not a problem, it's not creating problems for you, as in like you and your team can manage the front end. You're not just adding and adding to it. It's maintainable. Keep doing what you want, you know, keep working like that. What I don't like is when you be on Twitter and someone will be talking about CSS and it's like time to thirsty tailwind dude. It should be a metric on Twitter. Like the second that someone does anything about CSS, is some fucking rando will turn up and be like, have you tried tailwind CSS? And I appreciate it's like the hotness or whatever, but it's not the answer. And neither is Cube, neither is BEM, neither is OCSS or invert triangle CSS, you know, all these things. None of them are the answer. They all just work, you know. They work for particular contexts. Even CSS and JS, you know. You've got a team full of JS lads, then CSS and JS or Tailwind or whatever. Whatever helps you use actual CSS and not reinvent everything with JavaScript is a winner. My books, smashing. Screw you, Henry. Absolutely not. Do you know what? I used Tailwind for a project last year. Client. I built like a analytics dashboard from, you know, classic React crap. And it was running off a system, an existing system, and Tailwind made they wanted to use like PostCSS, whatevs, whatever works. And it just seemed like a sensible way to manage design tokens at the time, and it worked pretty good. And to be fair, it inspired stuff like Gorko, which is the little utility class thing that I made with Sass, because Sass is cool. There you go. Not much structure going on today, pals. Sorry, I'm just sort of sat here chatting and drawing rectangles. Okay, let's just make UI, and then let's just see where we're at. 52, I'm getting there. So it's getting there, isn't it? It's looking alright. You can see how this sort of portfolio is going to churn out. Like, well, I was mentioning yesterday on the stream, like, I don't want to have like pages and pages of case studies. Like, I don't really have much to say. What I would rather just say is, look, this is what I do. Have a look and see if you like it, sort of business. It'd just be nice to build all this as a one-pager, especially with 11t using like front matter and stuff and data files to pull things in. It'd be sweet. Hot take: HTML for documents, content, CSS for your style. Once you've got HTML doing your style work, or CSS doing content, you've crossed the streams. Yep. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like with Tailwind and like Sparse, SPAs, sorry, is like SPAs are like massively state driven, and this is why I did exceptions in kubecss, because like if you can add multiple things for a state change, so say like Tailwind, you've got like, you could say like you're adding font weight bold for a certain state and you're adding a color, but then you could add another color because some rug JS somewhere in your application. And it's the same with BEM. This is the problem I had with BEM as well. So you can have as many modifiers as you want. It's really hard to sort of guarantee that a state change in your application will be translated into CSS efficiently. So the way the exceptions work is you use the data attribute to say like data status equals success. All right. And then you can hook into that with CSS and say, right, there's a finite state that's never going to change. That's always going to be this one finite value. So when the status is success, how many S's, then I'm going to say, right, apply this design token, put this much padding on it, blah, 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 whatever. And you've got that nice solid state system with your UI, and that's exactly why exceptions exist, to avoid that. Tailwind really comes live with something like reactor view, so you can, yeah. Does get a bit wild though, I'll be honest. I've seen some pretty mad shit with Tailwind UIs, some real heavy duty class attributes. Yeah, finite, really into finite state. I am like hugely into it. It's just something that makes UIs more stable, I find. Makes accessibility easier to implement, having finite state, because a lot of accessibility roles are finite as well. It makes a lot of sense to work like that. Yeah, anything can be wild. If you put some sort of morons on anything, regardless of how smart it is, it'll be wild. If there's no sort of respect for whatever you're doing from the people that are authoring it, then even the most ridiculous tools are going to turn into a complete mess. I've pulled down some projects doing like bits of client work, and it has been an unbearable shit show in there. And you just think, well, either these people have been pushed to the limits in terms of time and resource, and they're just having to like throw things together. They don't care. There's all these different things, so it doesn't matter what the tool is, anyone can ruin the party with it at the end of the day. Or in React's case, Facebook can ruin democracy. Okay, so I'm gonna sort of call it there, I think. I'll lay them out. So I reckon next time we pull this up, what I'll do is some look and feel stuff. I mean, I've already picked like my typefaces, so Inter and Georgia, but I'll start playing with how things like look, and then as soon as I'm happy with how it looks, even if I've not even finished designing a page, I'm jumping straight into CSS, and we're going to go from there. So what I might do in the meantime as well is set up a very thin 11T base. I'm going to start from scratch with this site. Not use the repo that I've got for my site 'cause it's a mess, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So you can learn some 11T stuff while we're there as well. Right, I think that'll do for today. Nice one.